Taxman here with episode 1 of our Strategic Command War in Europe with the Crusade in Europe mod by LSR, playtest with OldCrowBalthazor. This time I'm playing the Allies, as you probably can guess from the thumbnail. We're also hoping that this one goes far deeper than my previous playtest with Berrien, which literally was just a test to do the first stages, to do Sea Lion, and we knew that we would have to end it soon because of certain things that were already found. Anyway, we were hoping to get much further with this one. So let's get started. Let's just see the Germans beating up on Poland. Here they come. Maybe he's moving his naval stuff first. Or pockets those guys up in the northwest. Go after the HQ. a little more conservative of an attack than what I used against Berrien. But see how it plays out. If this doesn't work, we are going to Argentina. I'll just let you guys read these, particularly the ones that are same as the base game or TRP. Commonwealth is a separate UK minor power whose capital is located in Hudson Bay, with several loop hexes leading to either the Canary Islands or the Red Sea. Commonwealth allies such as South Africa, India, Australia, and New Zealand have their force pool buildable here, which can include many advanced units and benefit from levels in the UK's 3 mobilization tax. The French will be depending on our army to boost. Okay, this is a slightly variation of the standard one. Left flank to help stop the Germans when they finally decide to come west. You can start with an HQ. You start with an HQ, an AA, heavy artillery, 4 motorized infantry divisions with the capability of building 1 more, and 1 armored unit will arrive on your first turn. If you decide to send the BEF over to France, which you have to do manually in this game, at least 3 units need to be in place by January 1st, 1940 to avoid French national morale penalties. And these penalties will come into play also if you subsequently withdraw or lose said forces. However, in the first turn of the BEF's arrival, 5 or more units, France will gain a significant boost in national morale. Send at least 5 grand units to France before the end of the year. Right. All right, and this is a you'll see this in OCBs. This is just the information about how the elite units work. There are 3 elite units available to some countries: elite infantry, mechanized, and armored divisions, but mostly for Germany and Russia, SS and guards respectively. Most of these units have to be unlocked by gaining new levels in army mobilization. The interface doesn't show half points, so it won't tell you that elite units get half point edges across the board for most of their stats. And when their country gets the soul level in ground warfare, they get 20% morale bonus along with a 10% morale damage. Same as paratroopers. Non-elites get 10% and 5%. When you do go to the purchase screen, you can see the half points. You just won't see them when you do when you just do unit properties. Okay, unlike in the default scenario, no MPPs have been pre-chosen for specific texts. However, there was concern that giving all the MPPs at the very start would allow for some gamey gambits, such as buying out a ton of units. For these reasons, most of the majors, except Poland, will get about half of their starting MPP bonus on the first turn, but the other half will arrive on the first 3 fall 1939 turns. So it's telling you the UK is going to get 200 for 3 turns for total 600. France will get 150. The USA gets 900, and USSR gets 600. I believe Germany gets 800. I don't remember how much Italy gets. You'll see that on OCB's playthrough. For any possible betrayal of the Germans, our engineers have been working intermittently on the Stalin line for close to 2 decades now and have it about half finished. It lies roughly on a line from Narva to Odessa and is more complete south of Kiev. 3 options present themselves. Finish the Stalin line. Begin work on a new line farther west to be called the Molotov line. Abandon both those lines in favor of beefing up our defenses further east, most crucially in front of Moscow, Leningrad, and or Stalingrad. The decision event will come along in early February 1940, which will allow you to choose which line to work on. No matter which line you decide upon, you need a minimum of 2 engineers as of February 15, 1940. With the first build, with 1 in the build queue for late 1940, you can build 2 right now. And each decision, yes, no, will outline on the map limits of their allowed work areas. If you choose the Stalin line, the USSR will receive 250 national morale points per turn as long as both engineers remain within the allowed zone. The Molotov line will provide 440 national morale points per turn, which is basically going to be right along the new Russian-German border. They'll be required to work for a calendar year until February 15th, 1941, a period of 40 turns, earning 17,600 national morale points for the Molotov line, or 10,000 for the Stalin line. 5% or 3% of total national morale. I recommend you build the 2 engineers now so that they'll be ready by the required date. Now that okay, this is a standard one. Yes, we're going to go in. You want to build. This is from based off of Fall Weiss, and then went to TRP, and now it's in this mod. Basically, we are going to spend the money and put the upgraded AA gun in Malta. Get our there. Let's start with Russia. As you notice, Russia has a bazillion units. They're not really expected to build that many more before the start of the war. And you have to remember these are all divisions. So these is, you know, every 3 equals 1 in TRP or the base game. So, first thing we need to do is, so we don't forget, is follow up on the pop-up and get these 2 engineers built. And then we're going to start on research. That's 280, 140, but that would be everything. But we still have all sorts of stuff. We need lots of tech. Okay. Now one thing I'm going to do is in the base game and TRP, there's a decision event that deals with taking Persia out. In this game, you have to manually do it, and that means and also basically you have to have Russia has to be the one that takes Tehran. So we need some speedy units. So let's get take headquarters. Start moving some cav that way. And a couple armor units. Yeah, this is the Stalin line right here. Okay. send the planes down as well, because I don't want them near the border. We do have advanced tanks 1 already. Cool. That's kind of silly having him there. Also, oh, like I said, I'm allowed 7. Three, 4, 5. So I basically have to keep what's already there. Two, 3, 4, 5. That should probably be enough. I think that's it for the Russians. I've got plenty of time. I know he's not going to do the try to jump on Russia first. I'll come back. I'll do Poland last. To sweep them away, Allies need to control at least one of USSR, Anconia, Ravenna, Venice, Trieste, or Flume. Basically, it's a no-go zone into the Adriatic. I don't know. I guess it's along here. I would thought it'd be further down, but that's okay. Take a quick look before I get too far. All right, he spent 275. Italy spent 240, and Finland spent 400. And he spent almost 500 on units. Probably the maritime bombers at the very least, or at least one of them. So nothing on diplomacy, by the way, is rather expensive. It's 3 times the base cost for chits. And majors, which we're not allowing to do, is a whopping 500. There's the U.S. starts with their stuff. Why is there a battleship here? That's not... Oh, Canada's not in the war yet. Let's go... It's okay sitting here in case the Graph Z wants to come, but I don't think it's... I think he's probably going to send that home. I think I'm going to send... Oh, these are the Polish... Let's send... And we're going to be careful about Norway. We can plink on the convoy line for a little bit. So my plan is, I don't show up here, but it shows up on the avoid 4 more Allied naval units, 30 hexes from the Italian coast, or risk Italian, Spanish, and American demobilization. Okay. I want to get subs ready to come down here. They should be turned on once Italy does get in the war. Probably don't need to send all those right away like it did. Are these the... Why are they... These guys over here? Get them out. Into the Atlantic. Yeah, that's limited the destroyers. Egypt. That one's the Iraq one. That's so I'm going to spend, I got time, but these guys all need to be beefed up before going over to France. And I'll decide what to do with the French fleet. Actually, him, I want to come around. That is a mountain, so that's cool. And that's on a hill. So, as I talked about before, the Maginot Line is thicker. And this actually makes a lot of sense if you look into how deep the Maginot Line actually was. And it's also for play balance purposes, given how easy it is to pop forts, particularly those forts. We're going to have to figure out how we want to do our defenses here. So the question with France is, do we go for infantry weapons or anti-tank weapons? We'd have to double down on it. Increase the soft, hard artillery attack and defense values by +1 for all infantry units. +1 defense for mech, their attack and defense. I think we're going to do. I think we're going to try this. And we'll save the money so we can get the second shit into there. I think my idea is I want to replace these infantry with militias. Also, I I can buy, I can bring this guy back. There's just so many units. Yeah, let's send. More destroyers out for sub hunting. Yeah, Tunis. Yeah, I can buy that and replace him. I might keep him here, just keep shenanigans down. But this one I can replace. And that one. All right, so you're a 5, you're a 4, you're a 4. Yeah, 7 and a 6. Let's get these headquarters. That's, yeah, now I want to save the money to do it. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. See how much money I make with France. Because I definitely want to I need to get that second ship. All right, we're on to the U.S. And we'll save up for the second shit of that. Now the UK. They need everything. I'd like to double down, but that's going to have to come later. tanks, anti-tanks, or infantry weapons? Let's do infantry weapons. Again, all this stuff has to double check. And long range is important for the carriers. ASW, behind a ground attack. Everything over here. All right, now the polls. Well, I don't want to stay here. I don't want to stay here. Three, you're a 5, of course. Oh, you've got run. Oh, crap. That stunk. That was stupid. Let's see. it's going to get wiped out, but all right. That's pretty much it. I think I can do more damage. It's nothing to attack. And this is the most tempting one here. I think we'll just stick our ground. Oh, the U.S. I did research for the U.S., didn't I? I did that. And I'm holding on to it so I can double down on industry. It's either that or throw in the spying intelligence immediately. The spying intelligence increases. Oh. Your own research 1% per turn if it outranks any of the active opponents. Also increase chance of research breakthrough by 1% per turn. So it even gives you a bonus even if you're not ahead. So why don't actually it's a good reason for Russia to possibly maybe invest in it too. Let's yeah, let's go do this. We'll double down on industry as soon as we get back up. The goal is to use these garrisons in front of Italy. That's where these guys are all going. Yeah, him too. And then I'll bring even the, I'll consider bringing up the mountains, because they can sit in some of these hills around in central France. And this will pull, we're not going to strip it, but we'll pull out the AA gun and maybe the HQ in a bit. Or once we know he's not going to go hit through the Maginot. I don't think Old Crow will do that, but I don't want to, I'm not going to give him the temptation to do that. Okay, see if there's any more destroyers. The other option is to bring, what do we got down here? Bring a few more battleships down here. Excuse me. I should probably move these guys next to where we can get the 12. I can wait until I send them out. Actually, you can move here to London. All right, probably replace that with something tougher. Either another AA gun, or that's probably what I'll do there. Yep, I got to build up down here too. Oh, we have We either sail all the way around. Oh, what do we got down here? Did he do the Texas thing? I guess not. I guess he took it off. Who's going to make Texas its own little island to represent the the trading that the U.S. did, coastal trading, the intercoastal U.S. trading, I guess. I guess that was an experiment. I guess it didn't make it into the mod. Alright, I'm just getting the U.S. ships up to 12. Okay, that's my turn. I'm going to hit the go button now. Yeah, piss off, Norway. Alright, 158. France collects 88. I may just barely have enough, I think. Or I may have fallen short and may have done those, headquarters may have been stupid. Okay. Now my advice for those that died, declare the pennies on your eyes. Taxman out.